Hello?
Okay, I don't think we're close enough. Can you sit up, please? No, sit up. You're not sitting up. Funny stories, what they're looking for is like when Delilah escaped a couple weeks ago. And prior to her escaping, Delilah, Wilbur, and I had been on a walk up the neighborhood.
From the house.
Yeah, escaping from this house that we're living in. We had been on a walk, and Delilah and Wilbur and I, were walking up the street. Delilah is much more energetic than Wilbur, and she meandered onto this woman's lawn, and the woman came.
Listen to the story. She bolted out of the house.
No. This is precursor to that. This is when the woman came out of the house and was like, "Get your dog off my lawn! Get the dog off my lawn!" She's like, "We just seeded, and I'm also highly allergic." And it's okay, whatever. Like, my dog is going to contaminate your allergies by walking across your newly seeded ground? I don't think so. But anyway, this woman ballistic. So I was like, okay, fine, no problem. I'm so sorry. You know, I'm new to the neighborhood. You probably know my husband. He lived here for years before we renovated the house. Blah, blah, blah. So she was very gracious at that point, but you could tell she was very stressed out about the fact that my poor beloved Delilah had taken upon her cute little four-pawed self to paw traffic up her yard. So anyway, I apologized, whatever. So fast forward 3 days, 4 days, my father, who's like the epitome of the absent-minded professor, is visiting, and he opens up the front door after my repeatedly telling him not to open up the front door without checking the whereabouts of the dogs first. He opens up the front door, and Delilah bolts past my father, who's 78, so he's not exactly spry, and she bolts up the street, and she makes a beeline, almost like it was a vendetta, for Long Lady's lawn. So I am in hot pursuit. My parents, my elderly parents, are in hot pursuit. We're all screaming, YUM, which when said is their code word for food, because we're hoping that it'll halt her from her escapade, which it fails to do. So she then proceeds to this woman, Long Lady's lawn, where she starts making crop circles in Long Lady's front yard. I am in heavy pursuit. My parents are now in heavy pursuit. So not only does Long Lady have 6 sets of human footprints on her lawn, she's got the 4 paws on top of it. So we're all just making a mess of her yard. Nobody can catch her because, believe it or not, she is spry, she is fast, she is a wily little sucker.
She's very fast.
She's extremely fast. Nobody can catch her. So then after a couple of minutes, of course it seemed like an hour, of failed effort to try to catch her, she then bolts to Lawn Lady's backyard, where she proceeds to pull Lawn Lady's freshly laundered bras down from her clothing line.
And run around the yard with them.
And run around the yard with them in her mouth. Now at this point, we're all in too much of a hysterical fit.
We're not her favorite neighbor at this point.
No, we're not going to get invited to her cookout. However, we are laughing hysterically, so we're in no means in a position to discipline our beloved little Delilah. I mean, it was comedic. It was so comedic. But to put a cherry on top of that sundae, my beloved Wilbur, who, again, backtracking a few minutes, has irritable bowel disease. And one of the things that goes along with his disease is similar to Crohn's. It's not Crohn's, but it's similar in what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know.
Etiology.
No. Nobody's going to know what that means. I don't know.
Symptoms?
No. Severity. That's not the word I was looking for, but it's anyway. Anyway, one of the things you have to do is you have to constantly moderate his intake of food and what have you. And so I find myself frequently dissecting. I know this is disgusting. I'm not in favor of it. Believe me, I'm a germ-phobic person. I swear to God I am. I carry around Purell by the vat.
And I like to say only you do this.
No, everybody that has an IBD dog does
I
this.
don't.
No, he doesn't because he's asleep at the switch. But everybody that has an IBD dog that actually cares about their dog is on top of this kind of thing. You go through and dissect their messies, for lack of a better word. Feces, fine, whatever. So anyway, after Delilah starts tearing up, and my family tears up Lawn Lady's front yard and proceeds to pull her brassiere down from the backyard, and we finally capture her and we're able to secure her to her leash, Wilbur, who accompanied us on this dramatic journey, decides to go into full squat in this woman's front yard, which of course we're all appalled by, but of course we let him do it because he's spoiled and we indulge him.
And he's in
mid-squat. Yeah, he's in mid-squeeze. So I proceed to pick it up with my plastic baggie and dissect it. normal behavior for me, just a day in the world of being Wilbur's mom. Until you look up and you see the woman that occupies the house staring at us.
For you is the critical phrase there.
Yeah, as I was saying, we're not going to be invited to any of her family cookouts or
You're not going to be asked to bring food. That's for
social.
sure.
Yeah. Nobody's going to shake my hand. Nobody who lives there wants to shake our hand at all. Nor will they be coming to our cookouts, I would imagine.
Probably not.
Yeah, I would think not.
Won't be making
Yeah.
potato salad.
Yeah, no. Oh, big fingernails. Anyway, there is a disgusting story at every turn for these two guys, but there's also a very funny story for every turn with these two guys. But I think we're done taking the family segment. You think we're done?
I think so.
I think we're done. Yeah, I think we can do many other segments, and hopefully I'll be able to merge them all together.
Okay.
Because I got to tell you, that was not the best delivery for that funny story, and that is a funny story. It was